Hello and welcome to the programme. First to our top story, and industry experts from all over the world have descended on the University of Leeds to share their ideas on how to best manage flood risks. Previously hosted in cities such as Sao Paulo and Tokyo, the International Conference on Flood Management is a coming together of researchers, lecturers and engineers at the cutting edge of flood defence systems. And it was the response of the authorities and the community in the wake of the 2015 Boxing Day floods which played a big factor in the event coming to Leeds, as Christian Johnson reports.
It was a natural disaster which left many areas of Leeds devastated. The River Aire broke its banks and made its way into thousands of homes, while some businesses were forced to close altogether. In the weeks and months that followed, though, communities slowly got back on their feet, and phase 1 of the flood alleviation scheme is well underway. This week, experts and researchers from every corner of the globe are in Leeds to not only pass on their words of wisdom, but also to learn from how our city has recovered from the worst flooding for generations.
Part of what we're doing at the conference is trying to learn from local events and then feed that learning into the overall global picture. So some of the presentations and some of the exhibitions that we have here at the conference are very much related to our local experience, in particular what happened in Leeds on Boxing Day back in 2015.
The international headlines in recent days have been dominated by the cataclysmic event in Houston, but also in India, Bangladesh and Nepal. And the conference is looking at innovative ways to minimise the risk when Mother Nature strikes. This is the first time in more than a decade that the conference has been held in Europe, and the first time ever that it's come to the UK.
I think the main motivation for UK as well as Leeds are the recent floods that this particular region has experienced. The floods are very serious. The level of damage that I think your country as well as the regional governments are dealing with are very serious, and therefore kind of putting the conference into an environment that went through something like this, some very serious events, bringing the experience from these events to the conference and to the international community, I think helped as much, very, very much.
The conference here in Leeds is using the latest technology to understand the different approaches to flood management. This virtual reality platform allows users across the globe to really immerse themselves in the data and figures, which can often be a little bit bland at first glance. But that's certainly not the case in this scenario. Some of the other technologies on display allow researchers to create models of how future floods could affect towns and cities such as Leeds. The University of California, Davis has created this sandbox software, which shows how water moves across the contours of the land, which can simply be adapted by shifting the sand to reflect real-life conurbations.
And you can add water into the catchment by making your hand into a cloud and just simply raining on the catchment. And then this shows where the water flows, what type of flood risk there might be downstream, and the different type of interventions that you can make to decrease your flood risk.
Many of these schemes are only just being rolled out, but with so many flooding experts under one roof, Leeds is at the forefront of the latest research being undertaken anywhere in the world.
It's absolutely groundbreaking, so we're very much at the leading edge when it comes to advances in our understanding of the way in which the climate works and how the changing climate will affect flooding in the future, how it will affect weather systems, and how we manage water, particularly at the rural-urban interface.
The exhibitions and discussions will continue for another couple of days, with Leeds firmly placing itself among the world's best connected cities when it comes to flood management. On the air, I'm Christian Johnson.